Hello, Jessie here for Make It Happen Fam. If this is your first time joining us, we are a family of 7 and our current adventure is camping and traveling as much as we can on a small budget. And today I just wanted to give you a little bit of a breakdown of how we do keep things simple, and that's kind of why we wanted to create the channel, is just to show you guys that very simple things can make a big difference. For example, we knew we wanted to travel, we knew we wanted to explore new places, but putting 7 people, 4 who are adult size and 3 little kids in a hotel room or airplanes or whatnot is super expensive. So we decided instead we would start small. Last season we started with a tent and we traveled around our state, and then this summer we were able to buy a camper, a used camper, fix it up, and now we are traveling a little bit outside of our state. Our next trip is St. Louis, which is somewhere Josh has been wanting to go for a long time, but we also have really good friends who go to church with us who were able to give us some really cool tips. Shout out to the Clayburns because they used to live there. So we are doing a lot of free things and a lot of things that we just have to pay for parking. So we're going to take you along this trip. We're going to kind of try to point out those little things that we do to make a difference. With the first being that we have a camper, we don't have to rent a hotel room. We get a campsite, we all stay in there. We're going to be taking all of our stuff to the camper. We load it up. That way, when it's the day of, all we have to hook up and go. Sadly, we are not able to keep our camper where we live. Someday, we hope to have a spot of land where we can do that. But right now, we live in a subdivision, and that's not possible. And that way, when Josh gets home, we can go ahead and shop, get those groceries that we're going to take with us. If you guys have any tips on how to save money when you travel, let me know in the comments because we are always looking for new ones. Okay, this is another way we save money. We don't use suitcases. I mean, we have suitcases, but they just take up too much room. So each kid has this little tub, and we have day 1, day 2, day 3, day 5, extras, undies and socks, and then swim clothes. And I don't have them dated because we save these and use them on the next trip. And then I have everybody's stuff labeled so you can see Griffin. Like I said, he was short on some stuff, so we're gonna have to finish packing his stuff today. Another thing we do to save a little money is the kids get to pick 2 treats. We do this for most trips over like an hour or 2. They get to pick 2 treats. We buy them in bigger sizes. That way we don't have to buy as much when we stop along the way at like gas stations. Okay, it is like 8:30 and we are headed to bed. Yes, we've had a long day. Getting ready. So we ran to the camper and put the stuff we had packed in there. It was mostly like the little boys' clothes, the air fryer, some of the stuff we knew we were gonna take. Josh and I still have to pack. The big kids are actually at a church camp, so they will have to pack too tomorrow. And we'll do another trip up to the camper. We did go to the store, so I wanted to show you what we got. So I'm not going to go through everything, but what we did was we just kept the things that didn't have to be refrigerated or frozen, oh my goodness, separate. And Josh will he usually separates them into days, so we know what day we need what. But that's kind of another thing we did. We don't usually do water bottles, so that was kind of a convenience thing. But some of this will go on the trip with us for lunches, so we don't have to eat fast food on the road. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that yet, but that's another thing we do to make these trips a little more economical, is we pack a lunch or dinner or whatnot, and we eat on the road. We usually stop at a rest stop, but for the 7 of us to even go to McDonald's and just order cheap McDonald's food is at least $50. So that adds up quickly. Whereas today, I think we shopped for 6 days, and including some desserts, and we spent $120. So it makes a big difference, especially with a family as large as ours. Good morning. It is Saturday. It is now 11:25. Josh has taken the little boys to the store. They're getting like last minute stuff. We need to get fish food blocks. We need to get some of those. We need to get some last minute food stuff. We're figuring out last minute details. Oh, I need to start the laundry. We have a couple more loads of laundry to do. Anyway, I also have to put the flea medicine on the dogs, and I have to cook some muffins, and I have to cook some taco meat. So some of the stuff we make ahead of time, and we have a stove and we have a campfire and we have all those things with us, but sometimes it's just a little easier if I cook some of those things beforehand. So we're gonna make taco meat for walking tacos, and then we're gonna reheat it when we get there. And muffins are for tomorrow morning. Another way we try to save a little money. We make breakfast. So we get these packets from Walmart. They're $1 or, you know, something close to $1. And oops, they have all different kinds. And I just make a ton of these, and our kids love it. And then if they don't finish those, sorry, my hair, I'm in an awkward stage of hair, so y'all are just gonna have to bear with me. So that should be fun. We should have a pretty chill day. We did most of our running yesterday, most of our planning and big stuff yesterday, which was Josh's plan. And we were wore out. But that should make for a pretty easy day today. So let's get going. Okay, we are at a truck stop. We're at a Flying J. We're only about an hour out, but on the way here it was super windy, and so we're having a little bit of trouble with that. So Josh is gonna check the sway bar too. He doesn't get very rattled very often, but I could tell that he was a little worried. He does really well driving the camper, but he doesn't have a ton of experience, so I can see when there's any change. So the kids are going to the potty. I'm walking the dogs. Josh is getting quarters. You never can tell what's gonna take quarters and what's gonna take cards and all that stuff, so. On the side of the road, and our tire popped on the camper, so we're trying to figure out what to do, like how we can keep going.